Neal Battaglia, Saxophone.com. In this video, I'm going to talk about the iSolo Prime wireless system. The microphone itself looks like this. It's really small, really light, and attaches to a little clip that goes onto the bell of your saxophone. It lasts for quite a while. I played shows that are 3 hours with really no problem. If you're going to be out longer, you do also have lights that indicate the power level. So this is what it looks like when it's attached to my saxophone. The clip goes onto the bell, and then there's Velcro to keep the microphone on there pretty securely. There's a small wind protector that I actually secured a little bit more than it was originally, because sometimes I play when it's windy. I used the previous version of the Cloudvocal iSolo microphone for quite a while, and I still have it. It still works. I just saw that for the new version, they have different effects, including some harmonization effects that I wanted to try out. So basically on the previous version, there were 4 settings for effects. On this one, there's 8 settings. And I made up a little blues line. I'm going to demonstrate playing that same line with all of the different effects. So 1 through 8 in that order. I also tried it dry. So dry means the blend between your sound and the effects. If it's all the way down, you don't hear any effects. If it's medium, you hear some amount of the effects. And if it's wet, you hear the most of the effects that you can. So there's a dial that goes from 1 through 8, which you can change. I keep the receiver on a small stand while I'm playing, so I can go over and change the effects if I want to. Sometimes I do that more, sometimes not so much. It depends on what style of music I'm playing. I use this microphone with the Rudians, where we play original reggae music. That's probably the band where I play with the most different effects and experimentation. I also play with jazz. With jazz, I mostly keep it fairly dry, maybe a little bit of reverb depending on what we're playing exactly. Here's a clip of myself with guitar player Glenn Bell. Here's a clip of me with the Chicano All-Stars. When I play with them, I basically turn the effects down all the way, so it's just dry. With Latin music, a lot of times you want to be pretty precise, and especially with another horn player, you want everything to line up. I do like using this wireless microphone though, because it's really light, it's easy to get around, the charge lasts for a while, you can get out into the crowd if you want to, you can move around more than you can with a stationary microphone. There are different knobs on the receiver. So there's EQ, you can change the amount of treble, the amount of bass, you can change the gain for yourself, and also you can plug in another microphone, or you can plug in a cable or tracks if you want to. And then there's the effects, the dryness and wetness of that, so the blend of it, and also the effects parameter. The effects parameter can actually change what the 2 effects that do harmonization do. So you can have either like more of the octave, more of the 5th above, more of the 4th below, depending on which one you're using. So here's a diagram of how those kind of work together. While you're playing, there's a small light that's right here. Right now it's green. That means basically the charge is good. And on the receiver, there's 3 different light settings. It starts off blue when you have the highest charge, then it goes to green when you're still fine, and then it goes to red when you might think about charging it if you need to, or it's getting a little bit lower. The microphone charge does last quite a while though. I've played 3-hour shows, no problem. If you had played like a longer show the night before and you haven't charged it, that's when you're going to maybe have to be more concerned about the power. So just keep that in mind. I keep a small charger within the little case for the microphone, and immediately after I'm done playing a show, I start charging it so it's ready to go for the next time. I'm using a little bit different power cable than the one that came with it. I wanted to have a backup, and also the cable's a little bit longer, but the one that comes with it is fine. The antenna for this version is a bit longer than the previous version, so you can get a little bit better signal. You can go a little bit farther out. You do just want to be aware if there's like something in the middle of you and the receiver, you might kind of cut out for a second, but just keep that in mind. Around the box of the receiver, they added some new features, so you could connect like a mute pedal. You can plug in different things. You get some outputs that are a little bit different than the other one. There's basically more that you can do with this one than you could with the previous version. So what they had before was good with the iSolo microphone, but they keep thinking about what could be more useful, and they've made some changes to this version. So if you've tried the Cloudvocal iSolo Prime, let me know what you think about it. If you have a question about it, if you're thinking about getting one, you can leave a comment with a question. And if you want to get 5% off, there's a link in the description.